Hey guys, Hawaii Archer here. So today, before I actually start this video, first off, I want to kind of apologize to my subscribers out there. Yes, I got those personal messages, and sorry I didn't get a chance to respond to you guys. I just been extremely busy at home with personal stuff, and I had a lot of stuff on my plate that I needed to take care of. So, took care of it all, and now I'm free to do the things that I love doing the most, which is mainly building stuff, primarily building PVC pipe bows. So anyway, to the bow and this video we go. Now the bow I'm going to show you is going to be my bow entry into the competition for the BOWZ competition, the B.O.W.Z on Google+. If you don't know what that is, it's a competition that was developed by Tim Payutek and Joshua Perez. Sorry if I said your name wrong, but those two guys. And basically what it is, it's a competition for the PVC pipe community, a PVC pipe bow building community, to build a theme bow for this month is October, so obviously it's for Halloween. Now the acronym B.O.W.Z stands for Bows Outfitted for Whoopin' Zombies. Now, you know, I think the Backyard Boyer went ahead and did one, and I'm not sure if I've seen any others already entered into the competition, but here's my entry. So before I go ahead and show you this bow, let me explain one thing. Most of you guys know I like to make extremely pretty bows. You know, I like to do a lot of artwork. I like to put a lot of time in to make it look really like look exactly like a nice wood bow should look like. But keep that in mind that this bow that I built today, within the last couple of weeks actually, is built strictly for practicality, for practical use, excuse me. Now, for the zombie apocalypse, you know, the scenario is that you're in the zombie apocalypse and you can only have a PVC pipe bow. And if you could only have a PVC pipe bow, what kind of bow would it be? What kind of bow would you make? You know, what is the ultimate zombie slaying bow? So this is what I ended up coming up with, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through everything on this bow and why I believe that this bow is a bow that will let you thrive and survive in a apocalyptic situation. So first off, let me show you what the bow looks like. This is my bow, and I call it the knife-ended seal bow. I probably think of a better name later. Maybe you guys can suggest some. Maybe I'll do a giveaway or something for a good name for this bow. Well, anyway, here it is. So, hardwood riser. Now, the reason for the hardwood riser is the fact that, you know, the PVC pipe in the center has that capability of cracking or breaking. Now, I'm thinking of having to use only this bow, so I want to make the center as solid as possible. And the best way I can think of doing that is with a wooden riser. So this riser here is cut from a piece of guava stick that I had lying around the house. The limbs are PVC pipe, 1 inch schedule 40 pipe, and the tips are these kind of like throwing knife things that I had left over. Basically what I did was I bought this off eBay several years ago. It was like a big package buy, and I gave them out as Christmas gifts. And I had several left over, and I decided to go ahead and try to make this into a Sia. Now, as you see this bow as it sits, it took me quite a while to figure out how to make this and how to make it safe enough that it won't kill me while I'm using it. So keep that in mind for what I'm going to say next. I know a lot of you guys are going to be bummed about it, but I will not make a how-to video on how I did this. Mainly because I don't want the responsibility if somebody did this wrong and as they pull the bow, this thing flips out and cuts their neck or kills them. So I'll give you guys a good visual, let you see what it's like. And if you want to try and build it, you guys can go right ahead, but you know, I'm not going to make a how-to or anything on it just because I don't want that responsibility on my head. Anyway, here we go. Disclaimers aside. So, practicality-wise of this bow had to be capable of taking game for one, because I'm not, you know, even though you're running through the zombie apocalypse, you still gotta hunt, especially if there's not enough food or things around. You might have to go out and shoot a bird, shoot a deer, a dog, or something to survive and eat. So the bow had to be capable of taking game. Now this bow pulls 53 pounds at 27 inches. It kind of bottoms out at 27. I don't know why that is. Maybe it's just a stress on the limbs or whatever have you. I'm not sure, but it just bottoms out at 27. So, which is nice because my draw length is 26, so fraction that out, I think that comes out to just under 49 pounds, something like that, at 26 inches. So anyway, moving on. Wooden riser, so don't crack. I'm using parachute cord 550 for the bowstring, mainly because this will have more use for me out there in the woods than bowstring. So, you know, and it's 550, so there's a lot of cordage on the inside, so I'm getting a lot of rope on this bow. The lashings that I have here are for practical use. This whole thing connects, so it starts from here, wraps all the way down, wraps all the way up. So I got maybe like, I think it was like 15 feet of rope right here on this limb, and another 15 feet of rope on this limb. The pleather, the fake leather on this is not glued on in any way. It's just, as you can see, it's just wrapped on, folded in, and tied down. Now the reason for pleather is for, let's say you are running around in the woods getting chased by zombies or whatever, and you happen to snag your shirt or your pair of jeans hopping some fence, and it rips, and you know you're exposed to the elements. Pleather is one of the most best materials you can get that is going to be durable enough to last you out there, and it has multiple uses for this. So the first use is just this right here. So let's say I hopped the fence and I tore my shirt, right? You take this off the bow, cut a patch out, put it on you, stitch it in with some internal 550 lacing, or find a staple or staple it on. See, the key thing is to keep your body warm, so you know you can keep warm through the nights. Now you got that. That's one use for this. Secondary use for this is on the survival part, making fire, tinder. This type of pleather, and this is the one that I'm using on the bow, is the one with the fibers inside. I mean, you take a bunch of this, you twirl it up in a little ball, and it becomes a nice, perfect little sparker. So all you need is a little spark, and this thing will catch up and catch on fire, and you can start doing your thing. Or it makes great, what do you call that? Tinder. So that's the survivability part of this. Now for the what I call the action jackson. That's a tongue twister and a half. Action jackson section of this bow. So scenario is you're fighting off some zombies, you're shooting out your arrows, and you realize, ooh, I don't have any arrows. What are you gonna do? Now, simple thing is you could run away or escape and evade, but let's say you come across some minor zombies here and there. Now, it depends on what type of zombies you're talking about. If you're talking like The Walking Dead, where they're just walking, maybe get away. But if you're talking about like Dawn of the Dead, the new movies where they're running around, hell, you want a weapon really quick. And just hitting them with your bow, most of the time ain't gonna do it. So you want something that can do some damage to a zombie. And that's where I believe my bow will survive and will actually work in the so-called zombie apocalypse. So what you would do is, of course, you would have to mind your surroundings. You're not going to try to strip this bow down while you're running. You're going to try to get away and take this bow apart, and you can do that like this. So right from here, you know, you find a secure area, step through your bow like every other bow. Take off your string. Okay. Can remove these little safety guards that I put on. And this bow in this configuration is perfect for what I would call a close encounter, because as you can see here with all this paracord, it makes a nice grip here so you won't slip your hand. Now this gives you some distance between you and your zombie. Now this thing in a spear mode, it's good for thrusting, slashing, and it gives you a good distance. Good thing about this is the PVC limb itself is designed to flex. So if you hit something hard, it'll just bend, it won't snap. Alright, so you also got the staff aspect of it. So you can thrust, hook, come back around, and thrust again. You know, and it's good for, you know, a whole 360-degree fighting with the staff. So, secondary thing you can do with this is strip it apart into two pieces. Now, this serves multiple functions as far as being two-piece. Weaponized side is now you have what we call Kali or Screamo sticks, and you know, they have nice blades at the end, which will give you nice functionality for when you're hacking and slashing. Secondary thing on this, why it's really nice to be compact, is let's say you're traveling, you got a big backpack, you want to carry a bow. Fits nicely as a two-piece takedown right in your backpack. Other good usability for this is, let's say you got a partner with you and they happen to lose their weapon and they need one. It's better to have two guys fighting instead of one. You can go ahead and hand off a piece of your bow limb, your spear limb I guess now, and they can defend themselves, and you can defend each other. You know, two is better than one, right? Now, that's the Action Jackson part of this takedown bow. Survivability part. Back to that. I already explained what the rope is for, what the pleather is for, both usages of it. Now, what's really cool is on the inside of this is I put a nice little survivor pack in here. Gotta put a little bit more stuff in it, like some fishing line, some sewing needles and stuff, so I can sew that fabric on. But you know, it keeps a nice little Ziploc bag. You can probably put some water purifying tabs in here, and fits nicely in this. However, see this tube right here? I went ahead and I epoxied up the end on this side, and this now can be a good water container. You can fill this up, drop a couple of tabs in it if you need to. You can drink on the go, and at least you got some water on you for that long run. Well, that's pretty much the gist of this bow. You know, it does take some time taking it apart and putting it back together. You know, maybe I'll try to figure out a way to make this a little bit quicker, you know, so, you know, when time counts, you know. But I guess it's safe for me to say that this is a bow that I could see somebody truly using, and if the zombie apocalypse was to happen, you know, it would be pretty cool to see that happen. And not the zombie apocalypse, but to see somebody be able to use this. And yeah, I'd even go as far as saying, you know, Daryl Dixon from The Walking Dead would be awesome using this bow. So, you know, any of you producers out there from The Walking Dead want a pretty cool prop bow, best thing about it is it's functional, it'll work, let me know. I would love to see this on The Walking Dead one day. I think this would be so cool if it made it. Anyway, so you guys have any questions, comments about this bow, you guys all know where to leave it. Check you guys later.